What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. It's Ars. Let's get productive. So, the plugin I want to talk about today is a great example of the concept made for producers by producers and why that's such a great concept. And it's actually a concept that I hope continues to trend and grow. Now, this VST is the second chapter in a VST that I've always really enjoyed, the Trap Soul VST. Maybe some of you have heard of it, but the name of this VST is Trap Soul X by Infinit Essentials. Now, like I said, I've always enjoyed the original Trap Soul, so when I heard that they were making another one, I couldn't wait to get my hands on it. It's a 3-layer Rompler beast that's loaded with awesomeness in the sound department. And it's built for everyone, but it focuses primarily on producers looking to make that trap, R&B, trap soul kind of sound. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Trap Soul, Infinit Essentials, let's do it. So as always, I have Logic queued up, and this is Trap Soul X, the brand new beast from Infinit Essentials. And I love what they did. Now, Trap Soul X is a remake of the original Trap Soul VST. It focuses on modern trap R&B music, and it comes with over 345 high-quality presets and over 2,000 sound combinations. The 3 sound layers built inside of this thing allows you to design your own presets and develop your own sound. So it comes full of effects like phasers, chorus, a degrade effect, a reverb, a delay, a time stretch, vibrato. It has high pass and low pass filters, an arpeggiator, a full dynamics page, a compressor, a limiter. It even has an unlimited band equalizer. This thing just comes packed with everything and anything you could possibly need to get your entire workflow done inside of one VST. So there's really a whole lot to explore inside of this thing. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into this thing and see what's going on inside of it. Now, like I've said over and over already, it's kind of like the big brother to the original Trap Soul. So it has a lot of familiar things about the UI, but they really dug in deep to give it a whole new vibe and a whole new feel. There's so much inside of this VST that's not in the original Trap Soul VST that it's a no-brainer to upgrade and get you the Trap Soul X VST, especially if you enjoyed the original Trap Soul VST. Now, they kept the gray and black aesthetic, that kind of raw, dark, gritty aesthetic, but they cleaned it up a little bit. They added a whole bunch of features. Like I said, it has 3 different layers in it, and it's really cool looking. It has a much better resolution to it. It really pops, and I really enjoy how it looks. It's just really clean looking. So just looking at the main page here, just focusing on what's happening on the main page here, everything you do on this main page is gonna apply to all 3 of the layers inside of the Trap Soul VST. So this main page here is like your main effects page, your main everything page, right? So over here on the left side, you have your reverb, and you have your wet knob, your damp knob. You can adjust the size of the reverb. You can adjust the width of the reverb. Pretty straightforward stuff. You have your filter right here. If you click on that, you have a mono filter right here in the center. And if you click on degrade, you have a degrader right here. So highlighting these 2 buttons up here at the top brings you to your filter settings and your degrader settings. Right down here, if you hit this button, it says phaser. Everyone knows what a phaser is. You have your phaser effect. Over here on the right, you have your chorus effect. And up top here, you have your main settings that has your gain knob. You can change the octave of your sounds. You can change the width of your sounds. And you can pan your sounds from left and right. And like I said, these apply to all 3 layers inside of this thing. In the center here is kind of like the heart of the VST. Now, in the Trap Soul X VST, this center knob, kind of like a multi-effects knob. As you turn the knob, it has a bunch of different effects that will apply to your sound. So I'm gonna just play this melody from this beat that I just made with Trap Soul, and I'm gonna play with the soul knob here so you can see what I'm talking about. So as you can see, playing around with the soul knob is going to really infuse some life into your sound. It's going to take you through a bunch of different multi-effects and really change up and warp your sound to give you a new sound, if you will. So that's really cool, having that soul knob in the center there. This screen down here is going to highlight your bank. So what sound bank you're using. So this thing is going to have a bunch of different expansion packs available for it. And when you load your expansion packs, down here in the bottom where it says bank, it'll show you the logo or the artwork from that expansion pack. So you'll always be able to know when you're on a new expansion pack or when you've switched over to new sounds from that new expansion pack. Now, up at the top here is where you can go forward and backward and scroll through your presets. Now, if you look over here on the left, you see your Trap Soul X logo. And over here on the right, you have your home page. If you go over here, you have your settings tab. And this tab right here with these squares, it kind of looks like the Windows logo a little bit. These squares are going to take you to your presets, so you can go through the presets. So if you click or double click on this window right here where it shows what preset you're on, it's not going to open up the preset. You have to go to this tab with the 4 square boxes in it, and you can go through the presets. Now, in all of your presets, no matter what expansion pack you're on or what expansion pack you're using, you're going to have 2 types of presets. So you're going to have your single presets, and your single presets are just the sounds that were made for this VST, just straightforward, just one sound, the one sound that was made for this VST. And if you go to your combination presets is going to have your combination of sounds. Like I said, it's a multi-engine VST, so you have 3 different layers of sounds that you can layer up. And if you go into the combination presets, you're going to be able to go through some preset layers that have already been set up for you. So you can go through different pads, different plugs, different synths, and it's going to layer different sounds up for you to give you new sounds. So that's really cool. If you go back up here at the top and you move over to your right, you're going to go over to your layer menu. So like I said, it's 3 layers here. You have your layer A section and you have your layer B section. And down here, you have a layer where you can drag and drop your own audio. So that's layer 3. You can bring in your own audio into this VST and layer that up with layer A and layer B and really get some really cool, interesting sounds. Right over here, if you go to the next tab, you have your equalizer, you have a gate, and you have a limiter right here. You have an unlimited band equalizer, so you can add as many bands as you want to this thing and just go crazy with the equalization. You just right click anywhere on the equalizer window and hit delete all bands, and it'll delete the bands for you. If we go back up here at the top and we go over to the right again, this tab is where you have your arpeggiator. So you can turn on your arpeggiator and you can add arpeggiation to your sound. So like I said, this thing really comes with a lot of effects to help you take your sounds to a whole new level. Over here at the top right, you have your effects tab, and that's going to bring you over to your LFO, your vibrato, your delay section, and your envelope section right over here. And that's really it. That is the entire Trap Soul VST in a box. Now, what I want to do right now is take you through some of the presets so you can hear some of the sounds that come inside of this thing. And then we're going to go over to the cookup and I'll show you the beat that I made using this thing. But let's jump into the presets really quickly so I can let you hear some of these sounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with bells, and we'll go through some of the bells, and then we'll go through some of the other single layer presets. So let's check out this. So that's some bells. We're going to go through some keys. That's some of the keys. We can check out some of the leads. Okay, and now what I want to do, there's a few more. There's some synths and some plucks in the single presets, but I want to go over to the combination presets and play some of the pads from the combination presets. So let's check that out. And we can go over to some of the keys in the combination section. It's crazy. And I'm going to go over to the plucks, and I'm gonna turn this melody that I have playing, I'm gonna turn that off. So I'm gonna just play the pluck so you can just hear what some of the plucks sound like without it being played as chords. Crazy. The sounds in this thing are so different. Really cool sounds. Crazy. So we didn't even scratch the surface of how many sounds come with this thing. And it's just a lot of really cool, really lush, really beautiful sounds. You got synths here. So like I said, really cool sounds, really lush sounds. Now, if you had the original Trap Soul, you already know that it didn't come with a ridiculous amount of sounds. It came with a lot of sounds, but the one thing that was cool about the original Trap Soul is the sounds that it did come with truly worked well with trap beats. Like, it wasn't an exaggeration that the name was called Trap Soul. It really worked well with Trap Soul beats. Everything that was in the original Trap Soul, if you added an 808 and a snare to it, it just sounded perfect with the vibe of trap beats. And this thing takes that idea to a whole nother level. It has everything that the original Trap Soul has, but it just expands it with the library of sounds, the layers of sounds, and all of the new ways you can tweak those sounds and change them via the effects, via the sampler inside of it, so you can drag and drop your own samples. It just really takes that idea to a whole new level. I've been making crazy beats with this thing. It's a ridiculous value for money, and it's a great VST. So what I want to do right now is I want to get right into the cookup. Now, I have this beat queued up that I was working on. Every single one of the sounds inside of this beat, every single one of the melodies and the chords and all of that stuff, everything is coming from the Trap Soul X VST. So I have 9 tracks that are using Trap Soul instruments, and all the other tracks are just drums. So every single sound in this thing, with the exception of the drums, is coming from Trap Soul. So let's take a listen to this beat and see what it sounds like. Let's check it out. So yeah, that's the beat that I made using the Trap Soul X VST. Now, like I said, this thing is going to have a lot of expansions available. I really enjoy this VST. And so let me know what you think. Just from what you heard so far, if this is a VST that you think you're going to be checking out. As always, if there's any new VSTs or plugins you'd like to see me review on this channel, leave a comment down below and let me know what those VSTs or plugins are. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you can stay notified anytime I drop a new video. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.